Time isn't just something you spend, it's something you savor. Whether you're creating memories or celebrating milestones, do it with elegance and do it with Time Premium Gin that is crafted for moments that matter. It is available now at selected retailers. And also, please note, during the weekend, you must drink responsibly and drive alive.
Album. Shout out to Drake also to jump on this one here. This was one of the greatest collabos we ever had in hip hop as well.
I think Travis is coming October.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. October. If I'm not mistaken. I think October. Yeah.
Hey, now imagine this song live. No, that's gonna be insane. But anyway, the time is exactly 14 minutes past our 10 o'clock. In the building, we got the one and only the beautiful Omhle. How you doing?
Hi, how are you?
I'm fantastic.
Good morning.
Shout out to you. Let me give you some hearts
as well.
You look incredible, by the way.
Thank you.
The color matches the skin tone. The thing. Did you do that on purpose?
Yes, I did.
The hair, it's all matching.
They say blondes have more fun.
Trust me, I tried. I didn't have that much fun. I didn't have so much fun.
I'm so sorry.
It's incredible, man. Yeah, shout out to me. I was listening to your song the other day, and it was quite an incredible song. You have an amazing voice as well.
Thank you.
And we got a new single coming out. Coming out, and we're here to talk about that. Tell us a little bit more about that.
It just came out today, so
yeah,
I'm excited. I'm excited about that. People have been waiting for the song, and before the song came out, I really loved the feedback and the comments. And people would say that they feel they can relate to the song, and that's the whole purpose of me writing that song, is that I wanted to write about something that people can relate to.
Yeah, okay.
Because usually love songs, it's always like a fairy tale, like everything's going well, lovey-dovey. And this time I'm saying, when I say tata gongogo uhambe, I'm literally saying take all that is yours and leave. Like relationships get like that sometimes. So a lot of people felt they could relate, and they really, really loved the song and gravitating towards it. So I'm happy.
No, incredible, man. Obviously, you early music through like schools and song and choirs and stuff like that led you to obviously get into the commercial industry. When did you start like taking this thing seriously to say, look, let's head over to the commercial? I've been singing in the choir, it's cool. When did you start doing that?
I started literally 3 years ago. So it's been a journey.
So it's a COVID thing.
Yeah. Also. I started at a very weird time. I won't lie.
No, it's not a weird time. A lot of creators, I can say, they started that time. Yeah. So it's almost like the area that everybody was trying to do. You had nothing to do. Nobody had anything to do, guys. So
and it was quite tough.
Yeah. So all we had was the music and the creation that we have within us, man.
So in that period of creation, of course, during the COVID period, you're sitting there, you're going through a creative process, and you're thinking, okay, I've put in so much work in my creativity, but who's going to be able to consume this? Who will I be able to perform to? Because at that point, we had no idea whether the doors would open, whether would be allowed outside. Was it a matter of perseverance, a matter of knowing that there are better things in future for you, and that's why you kept pushing?
So what kept me pushing is my supporters. Your fan base, it grows with time, and I've learned that in this industry you need to appreciate your fans. It doesn't matter if it's 10 of them, if it's 15, if it's 20 of them, because it gradually grows with time. And what motivated me is that when I felt I wasn't doing good enough, those people and those fans, those supporters keep DMing you, sending you messages that we love your music, don't stop, keep going. So I drew the passion and the inspiration from my supporters, because if I had to do it alone, I wouldn't be able to do it alone, because it works on you mentally as well.
Definitely.
You're working, you're competing with big dogs, people who've been in the game for a very long time, and you're just arriving, and it's like, who's gonna listen to me? But you have those supporters who are like, keep going, we believe in you. And here I am today. I collaborated with an amazing producer who did the song, who produced the song. So he wouldn't have probably recorded with me if I did not have,
So you started off with him. What's his name?
Ndogzin, yes.
Ndogzin, okay,
yes.
cool.
So
Okay.
I've already built that catalog. I've built my
nice,
profile.
nice,
So,
nice.
He was impressed, and he was like, wow, let's give you a chance. So if I had given up on myself, I wouldn't be here today.
You signed Universal?
Yes,
Oh,
Universal.
Yeah. So
Universal
when did
Music.
you sign with them?
It's been over a year now.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, shout out to them. How was
They're
it?
amazing.
So this whole time you've been independent.
Yes, I started
shout
off
out.
independent, and then I signed to Universal. So they've been pushing me, and I just want to say that I'm so grateful that they believed in me, and they believed in my talent before the world and before people got to know who Omhle Diya is.
Speaking about that, what are the challenges that you're facing? Because a lot of people they want to start music, they want to do this here before the record label, before you even get to the record label. What are the challenges you're facing, like within the industry as well? Especially when starting.
Okay, so when you're starting, it's always a problem when you need to find your sound. When you start off, you sort of you're like influenced by everyone. You don't know what you want to sound like. You don't know what you want to do. And I can advise that just be 100% yourself, but more than anything, find your sound. Find your niche. And so for me, listening to different kinds of music, your maskandi, piano, afrotech, everything. So I don't limit myself in terms of being musically, so I try by all means to listen to a bit of everything and incorporate that in my music and make it my own.
Not too clean, man. Obviously the collaborations like Mlindo, vocalist, Lady Omar, and also Ndogzin.
Yes.
Was it before or after Universal?
This Mlindo was before Universal, and then
Okay.
Ndogzin and Amos was during.
That means you fired it.
Yes.
I wanted to ask. We've had a lot of artists that come in here and the punt, or rather, they sing a loud song about being an indie or an independent artist and how good it is to be able to control your craft. But now here you are. You're speaking about how great Universal is and how they've turned your career for the better.
Yes.
I don't want to ask you which one is the best. You've been in both.
I
worlds.
get you. Yeah.
Which one do you prefer?
So, I prefer Universal. That's my number one.
You're not saying this because they're in your corner.
No.
Yeah, she's not saying.
I'll mention the pros and cons,
Sure.
both sides. So when you're independent, sometimes it's hard to get your music out there and to get the radio plug. Like for instance,
of course.
I'm here today at Bogart Radio, so
Well, shout out to you. We know that we have
yes,
plug, okay?
and this happened because
That means we have a plug, ladies
Universal.
and gentlemen. We have got plugs that plug at the circuit.
I'm grateful for that. So getting your music out there in radio, promoting you, and also helping you to build a sustainable brand. They help you to understand how to build your brand and to stay relevant and to do it in such a good way, because then now sometimes when you used to the hype and everything, and then people fail to sort of sustain that. So when you signed under a label, they give you information, they educate you, they inform you about the industry, the pros and cons, what you should look out for. There's guidance. Rather when you're individual, there's no one to guide you, and you might be doing mistakes or messing up relationships or jeopardizing relationships with certain people and certain brands unknowingly. That how do I conduct myself? So that's where Universal and the record label steps in.
Incredible.
I want to speak about the power of social media.
Yes.
A lot of songs have garnered a lot of attention over the years. I'll bring TikTok into perspective right now.
Yes.
A lot of songs have become popularized by TikTok. before your music or during the period of your music, you've definitely engaged in social media activities. You are I like to consider social media a social media influencer. How important is it for you to stick?
Another influencer, it's tough.
You won't get the bread.
Right?
You won't get the money. How important is it for you? We speak about brand and partnership. How important is it for you to stick to brand, to be consistent on social media, because those are your fan base? That level of consistency. How important is it for you?
So it's very important, especially in our space as musicians. It's very important, because then that's how you grow to the masses. That's how you basically grow your brand, and your brand expands as you collaborate with brands and, doing brand deals that sort of like take your career to the next level. You reach the masses. So it's very important. Others multitask, being an influencer and being a musician. That's good. The more you collaborate, the endorsements, the better. So TikTok is good. It's good. It's just that sometimes a lot of artists who, focus on pushing their music on TikTok, majority of them don't have management and don't know the ins and out of the music industry. So that's where the guidance is needed, because sometimes you release a song, you don't know that you have to go and get your percentages and where you need to go and register, and then the song is out, it's doing well, and it's like, but I don't have money. So you see, that's where you need a record label to guide you. But otherwise, TikTok is good, social media is good to push your music and your career.
No, I agree with you. It's tough out there.
Absolutely.
Especially you don't know what you're doing, and you sound like you got a lot of knowledge, and not only you got knowledge, but you're like a sponge. A sponge of knowledge, and you understand. And I can tell that you actually, what can I say? It's like you know how to maneuver things.
Yeah.
That means you're brought up well.
Thank you.
Well respected, well groomed, and everything else. So which brings me to wonder, like, how did you grow up? And I read somewhere that you were also in a school choir, from school choir to Universal. That's a shout out to that. I should write a book about that. From school choir to Universal.
One day.
Yeah. So like, how was it? How was it your upbringing? Where did you grow up? You grew up in Joburg?
Yes. So initially I was born in Cape Town, but I grew up in Joburg. I spent most of my life in Joburg. So I grew up with my mom.
So your parents brought you here?
Yes.
Okay.
I grew up with my mom, grandmother. So I was raised in a very, female-dominated space or area. So I learned a lot. My mom taught me a lot about respect, a lot about being selfless, and knowledge. That's where my wisdom and knowledge comes in. So I've always been very grounded. It doesn't start now. I've been like this since I was a kid. So I've always left room for knowledge, and I've always wanted to know more and to gain more knowledge and information and to be educated. There's always room to learn. Doesn't matter how young or how old you are.
Yeah, but the moment you stop learning, that's the moment you fall.
Absolutely.
These days, everybody knows everything these days. So you need to learn more than the next person.
Absolutely.
For it to make sense. I don't know if that makes sense.
You've touched on key points, of course, your upbringing and your support structure. Your song, you just mentioned now, Tata Zonke, which pretty much means take everything. Is this coming from your spine, who you are, what has created you as a woman, your background as a woman, thinking, actually, if it's not worth my time, if it's not worth the purpose, I'm going to take my things and leave? This not just relating to relationships, perhaps in the business and in a business relationship as well, or in a professional relationship. Is this your mantra? Is this who you are as a person? If things don't work, I pack and I'm out.
Yes, you should pack and get out. Ladies and gentlemen, know your worth, hey? So when you feel that relationship no longer serves you, and you feel like you are pouring more into someone else's cup than you're receiving, leave that relationship.
I've heard those terms so many times.
Yes, and if you feel like it's one-sided, leave that relationship.
And the sad part is that, those things are starting to become cliche, but they're actually not cliche.
Yeah.
It's real things that actually affect our lives.
Absolutely.
Because they've been said so many times, people are like, that's a cliche thing to do or to say or whatever, but it's actually not,
Yeah.
Here's a curveball for you. on the political side of things.
Yes.
Things were not working for South Africa and America in the relationship, but our very own Cupcake decided to go over there and fight for that relationship. It didn't tata zonke and via.
Well,
Straight up.
Is it per situation, or is it just a common approach to?
So nice. I like that question. So to answer it, it depends with the situation.
Sure.
Yes, this is not a one size fits all. So I mean, the reason why Cupcake went to America to, for that debacle, it's because America has also poured into our cup.
100% sure.
You understand?
Yeah.
So him fixing that relationship between two countries and wanting to solidify the relationship is because he knows that there's something that America has done to contribute to South Africa and vice
Which they
versa.
have.
So it's worth fixing.
I see.
Yes.
I see. Good answer. Good answer. I was trying to put you on the
That's a
spot
clean
there.
one, bro. Yo.
Yeah.
You see, I told you she's well groomed. These are the results
Yes.
of well groomed children, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, man. You're also a model and a presenter as well, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Guys. And then there's the whole singing aspect. I guess nowadays everything just kind of gels together and kind of like works, interlinks together.
Absolutely.
So how do you handle that?
I mean, I
And
will
where
say
do you present? also?
I used to.
Oh, you used
I
to.
used
okay.
to when I was younger. So I am multifaceted. So
Okay.
I dabble into a bit of everything.
Oh, incredible.
I did acting when I was young. I featured on Generations and Makoti.
oh.
And then with presenting, I did present when I was young at Soweto TV. So that's how my career started. And then I stopped my presenting career.
How old were you then?
I was like 15.
Oh,
16.
so you're doing the children's one.
Yes. So now as I'm older, I'm just focusing strictly on my music. I want to be known as a musician, and everything else will follow later.
Yeah, I mean, it's time.
Yeah.
If it's time for the music, it's time for the music, man.
Here's
Yes.
a scenario I want to paint for you in a celebrity world. So you've left your house, you're going to a mall, sweatpants, no makeup, nothing done. Going into a mall, there's something that you desperately need at a certain shop in that mall. You walk into the mall, 100 kids swarm you, crying, screaming out your name, crying for pictures. And here you are having the worst day of your life, thinking, I don't have time for this. I came here to get what I need and to go home. What do you do?
So I would highly advise, I mean, people react differently and it's allowed.
You know where the question's coming from, yeah?
Yeah, I do. I do. People react differently and it's allowed. And that's where management comes in. That's where also therapy comes in. If you know that you're short-tempered, and people take therapy very lightly. Sometimes you could go there just to have tools that will help you deal with your emotions when you're overwhelmed. So if you don't go for therapy, or you don't have a proper management to guide you as to how to carry yourself, then it's going to be a very hard one for you. So I'd suggest that stay calm, welcome the people, take pictures with the little that you can, and keep it moving. Keep it moving.
I mean, you're an entertainer, man. So
Yeah.
you gotta keep entertaining. guys. I
Absolutely.
mean, come on.
Yeah.
Well, with me, they can take those. They're gonna get these pictures.
Yes.
They're gonna get this. You can trust. You see
Yeah.
me in the mall, ladies and gentlemen. Come take a picture.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm even stopping you. If you just look at me like, yo, do you want a picture?
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna do that. That's me.
Absolutely.
Personally, because I've put out myself out there, and I'm an
Yeah,
entertainer.
it's a pool you
and that's
choose to
what I'm
dive
doing
into,
now.
so now you must be able
Yeah.
to swim in
Yeah.
that pool as well. Not to dive too far from that question as well. South Africa celebrity culture. Do you think we are lacking a paparazzi culture? Do you think we're at a point where we need paparazzi to shine a bit more light on our celebrities, to make them more superstars? Because Ronnie and I always say we've only had one superstar in the country, and that was Super Mega himself.
Yeah.
After him, nobody
Mega's
else
level,
carries
yes.
that superstardom attitude persona with them. Do you think it's because we're lacking a paparazzi industry or paparazzi market, or is it just not a South African thing to be a superstar in the music industry or in the entertainment industry?
I think with us South Africans, we are very relaxed sometimes. For us, it's not a thing like that. But also I think it goes with self, how you carry yourself and how you want people to perceive you, and how seriously you take your brand. And AKA took his brand very seriously, hence people took him seriously, and people felt that he deserved the title of being a superstar. So others, how they conduct themselves and their behavior, unfortunately, doesn't leave such a good taste in other people's mouths, and therefore they don't put them in that level.
I guess.
I think like when we open up the show, you mentioned quite importantly how important how imperative support structure is.
Yes.
In terms of the business approach, in terms of your emotional approach, your mental support. So having a solid support structure almost propels you into the right direction, into superstardom. And I think, like you mentioned, a lot of our people don't have that. I mean, you can walk into Saturn City and Scott Mapuma, sorry to mention his name, he'll be walking across the road and there'll be no one screaming. It's like, oh, there's another John Doe walking in the mall. I mean, but this is probably he has probably 5 of the biggest songs in the country. And we just look at him like he's just a normal person, That's always my
But to be
concern.
fair, not many people know him, because there's a difference between having a good song and us knowing you. There's a difference, because you can give us the good song, okay, cool, sharp, I'm gonna vibe to that, we're gonna move on to the next one. But you as the brand, like, we gotta know, like Super Mega, we used to know him, like you'd know him on Twitter, like even if we take away the music, I think he would just be a Twitter troll. He'll make a career out of that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying, like, so I want to take a picture with him, not because so when the only way we can get to know you is if we just know you as a person, like, because you tie into a lot of things. You're probably going to do presenting, you're probably going to do modeling and all those kind of things. So it's kind of like, who are you, besides from your music?
True. So you've pretty much tapped into different industries. What does the future look like for you?
It's looking bright. It looks amazing.
So far with all these collabos that you had the past few years in a short space of time. I mean,
3 years.
These are big people.
And I will say that I am venturing into Afro House, Afro Tech. So I'm looking forward to that, and I am working on an EP album. That will consist of 5 or 6 songs. It'll be released either mid-year or towards the end of the year.
Oh, incredible, man.
So watch out for that.
All right, cool. Just some parting words, because I can tell from the music that I listened before, it's more of like what do you call it, beauty, power, healing, all those kind of stuff that's in your music. So what are the last words you can give to the people who are listening right now, especially the musicians and also upcoming children that want music?
I would say, dear child who is talented and ambitious out there, be patient on self. Timing is everything. Wait for God's time. Wait for your time to come. Allow other people to shine. Clap for other people. Celebrate other people. Your time will come and others will celebrate you too. So be patient to self. Love yourself and take good care of yourself, and continue to record. Never stop making music, because that's when your talent and your craft grows and become better and better. So
Incredible, man. Is Omhle your government name, or is it something that you gave?
It is my name. My mom
incredible.
gave me that name.
Your mom is the one.
Thank you.
She's definitely the one.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Thank you for coming through to the Bogart Radio Show. If you missed this chat, you can definitely catch it on the Bogart Radio app, and we're gonna upload it right now. It will also live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter as well, X. So it's gonna be an incredible one. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you so much. You guys have been amazing.
All right.
Tata, you picked it up on the way here. Growing up, I used to lie.
So you're not a cloud chaser?
Yeah, no, I used to lie growing up. I used to be like, yo, Pindi hit me. I'm so sad.
For real?
I'm broke.
When I was supposed to like pick subjects, like choose subjects, and then they gave us the
we
paper.
all have that moment, right?
So they gave me that paper. I was so confused because I just didn't know what I wanted to do there. So I was like, actually, I love music. I want to do music for the rest of my life. I just featured family. I was like, no, charity begins at home. So it was just only my family. I was like, I'm featuring people who are playing a huge role in my life, who are close to me. So I did exactly that. So I believe in collaborating, because for me, no one knew me when I dropped the song all my life, but because of the Big Bro Questa, like, I got the recognition.
I don't get DMs, guys. I promise you.
For real?
They deleted them.
No,
So I mean, I find it hard to
don't.
believe, because I mean, a good-looking guy like him,
Minister of Enjoyment.
yeah, Minister of Enjoyment.
Intercontinental.
I think also,
He will come to you at 4 o'clock in the morning.
yeah.
Tyrone, where's the leftover alcohol?
I only drink it when I'm relaxing. I'm not always drunk.
Yeah.
People.
People would say, BK's a hustler. It was a big topic on the first day of BK being a
Being a
hustler.
hustler.
Yeah. Yo, these people actually see me.
Yeah, bro, because now you are sitting on 100K followers on Insta.
yeah.
Hey, I saw that. I'm like,
Even the hair has changed.
Yeah.
Hey. I'm more extroverted now.
Hey!
You know, I won't just be like, okay, nah, I'm a shy person, so I'm not gonna go there.
Yes.
You know, I need to overcome it. I'm constantly overcoming insecurities, constantly overcoming self-doubts,
Yeah.
constantly trying, striving, and trying to become a better person. I can't wait until we all make it.
This is the Bogart VIP experience down here in Santon Mall. It's happening. We got Madu Therapy on the decks there. And I was just chatting to Malema.